Shabbat Shalom. This coming Shabbat, we read not one, but for the second week in a row, 2 Torah portions. These 2 particular Torah portions, unlike last week, are not tied together thematically in any great way other than they're a part of what's known as the Holiness Code. But if one of them, Acharei Mot, the first of the 2 portions, focuses on the negative, the second, Kedoshim, focuses on the positive. It is from the second of the 2 Torah portions, Kedoshim, that we get the golden rule, if you will. In the Bible, in the Torah, V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself, which of course we expand upon greatly to not only mean love your neighbor as yourself, but don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to you. But ironically, for me at least, it is a negative commandment in the second of the 2 Torah portions, Kedoshim, the holy things, that is, for me at least, the epicenter of what's going on in that Torah portion. And the thing I think that may be better as a line to guide us in modern times even than V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. There is a line that says, V'lifnei iver lo titein michshol. In front of the blind, do not put a stumbling block. Now there is a literal meaning in the text of this verse. The literal meaning, of course, is, if a blind person is walking, don't put a literal stumbling block, a rock, in front of them so that they might trip. It is, you might say, an obvious law. And yet, the way this has blossomed since the Torah was probably unimaginable to the original framers and editors of the Torah. Lifnei iver lo titein michshol, don't put a stumbling block in front of the blind, has come to mean don't put anybody in a situation where they are almost unlikely to succeed or where it's impossible for them to succeed. In other words, let's try to put people in situations where they will be successful, where they will feel good about themselves and positive. Think about that. It's an incredible, incredible message. In a time where we know, where we are more aware of mental health and mental health diseases and mental health illnesses, here is a verse in the Torah that heightens our awareness that there are people, all of us included, who have limitations. And rather than harping on those limitations, how much more beautiful is our society when we try collectively to put one another in situations where those limitations are not front and center, but those things that we shine at are. It is way ahead of its time, and sometimes lost in this week's 2 Torah portions, but I think ultimately the line that is most lasting. Shabbat Shalom.